It's showtime.
Who are these socials?
Taking down the other podcasts one by one.
Who are these socials?
That clip is why people make fun of you.
With Karl
This is all just for the radio.
and Blind Mike.
We have a lot of business to take care of.
Who are these
We are
socials?
the number one podcast on the internet today.
WATS.
Welcome to yet another episode of WATS, the show thousands of people come to answer the age-old question, what's the deal with social media? You can't find a show that's hosted by two bigger influencers. I'm your host, Karl Hamburger. With me as always is Mike Geary, a.k.a. Blind Mike. What's up, Mike?
Guys, I have vowed to start putting in 1% more effort than John Cerasani puts into his reality show. So I think this show is about to really tick upwards in the numbers. That's
Wow.
right.
1%. Yeah, we're going to be looking back at what John's up to. Episode 3 just dropped of this show.
You act like they don't know that already, Karl.
Everyone's watching. I get it. We'll show you the highlights, obviously. Now, there are rumors going around that I have information about Boeing's plane quality and that I don't read super chats. One of those things is not true. I will read every super chat. I will even interrupt my blind co-host in a very rude manner to do so. And of course, if you give us $25 or more in a super chat, we will create a customized jingle for you when you super chat 5 or more in the future. I made that more confusing than it is. It's not that hard. I think everyone
Super chat
understands
is
it.
a bunch of money.
Yeah, that's basically the point. Thank you
Yeah.
very much, Mike. I appreciate that. We do have a little bit of a new format right now I'm playing with, an animated background with question marks, because the show is Who Are These Socials? So it's like, what?
I see.
Who are these socials? Pretty good stuff, huh?
We're trying to appeal to the kids, guys. We're competing with queer kids stuff now, you know?
That's true. That's a good point. They're getting all the views, and I'm jealous. I'm getting real jealous of it. All right, the way we start off this show every single week. Here we are live on YouTube. It's Thursday, 6 p.m. Eastern. Mike and I live on YouTube. And I always look forward to this because this is time for
Banter World Order, BWO.
That's right. Mike and I start off with banter.
Talk! Do you banter at me? Do you banter at me?
And it gets fucking aggressive.
Karl and Blind Mike gonna talk about what they like. They're gonna chew the shit, as it's been said. And you know when you get to this part of the show, well, it's time for the banter. 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 All right.
I'm going to do things a little differently with you today, Mike. There's a clip that's been going around. Everyone's been talking about it. You familiar with Steel Toe Morning Show?
I am, yes.
Yeah. So Aaron Imholt has, so he lost his one co-host, his wife, April. She's
Right.
no longer on the show.
Okay.
But he still has this guy, Johnny Crutches. Johnny Crutches is this guy with MS.
So ripping me
on the
off,
show.
this guy.
Well, a little bit. But, and I haven't watched all of your back catalog. I don't think you've ever done this.
Okay.
So this is pretty incredible right here. This is from their show on the 8th. So what's that? Yesterday, I guess.
Mhm.
And Johnny's having a little bit of a meltdown. He starts crying during the show.
Oh, no.
Drunk cat lover. Hold on.
Because, so Mersh from Revenge of the Sis, you know Mersh.
Yes.
So he put in a super chat or something that just said, "You're not funny." And that was too much. He couldn't take it anymore.
So naturally. Okay,
Yeah,
I'm on board
okay.
now.
Yeah, it checks out.
Yeah, it checks out. I've had one stream where I passed out. We had to turn it off. How many do we have with him going crazy? Oh, I don't know. We don't keep it up. Okay. I can't even speak straight now. I really...
Speak on it, son. The floor is yours.
Hold on, I'm sorry.
I'm sick
So
of this shit. I'm working.
Yeah, go ahead.
before we get too deep into this, I
Sure.
just want to clarify something. So I know Mersh has passed on a live stream. Was his comeback? I've only done that once.
Yes. Yeah. I think that's what his comeback was just now. He's just like,
Nice.
This guy humiliating himself multiple times. Not me.
Oh, you shit your pants twice on camera? Ah, I've only done it once.
You fucked 2 goats? That's ridiculous. That's embarrassing.
Okay, that's a good power move. I like
All
that.
right.
Fucking too much. I have to
hear
do
you.
2 DJ gigs next week. I found out last fucking week. I can't. And then people are like, oh, you suck. Well, then you come fucking do this shit for the amount of money I get, for the amount of time I put in. You suck. I don't get to fucking sleep.
Do you see why this is making the rounds right now?
Some stray bullets at Aaron for this comment.
Yeah, for sure. He's like, I'm getting paid nothing. I got to come over to this loser's house.
I gotta do
There's
this
set-
horse shit show that no one watches.
People hate me because I'm on this show and I'm getting paid next to nothing. What the fuck is going on? And their set has gotten so much worse. I don't know what Aaron is up to right now. I think they're
Oh no.
falling apart, it seems like. I don't know.
Too bad.
Yeah. Oh, now he's
Yeah, I mean, it's fucking. Look,
glasses
one
off.
thing I definitely miss about radio is that you get to deal with, real people. There's certain lines. People don't cross them. They don't.
What is Aaron's life that he's not flabbergasted by what's happening?
Oh, no, Aaron is looking at the chat. He's smiling. He's just like, these things happen. What are you going to do,
What does this man deal with day to day? That this is just normal.
Honestly, if you broke down like this, I'd take us off the air and just be like, Mike, are you all right, buddy? What's going on?
What's going on, man?
This is nuts.
Holy shit.
So this guy, and the other funny thing too about this Johnny Crutches guy, not only is he sobbing openly on the air, he's keeping the mic near his face. Like if I started bawling, the first thing I would do is push the microphone away from me so you didn't hear me crying.
I cried on air once on the Kirkman
You did.
show.
Okay, I wanted to know about this.
I did everything I could to not speak because all you think if I talk right now, I'm going to sound like an asshole.
Right.
I don't close up to the mic. Are you guys getting this? I'm weeping right now like a bitch.
Was that the same episode that you got drunk?
No. Two
okay.
separate. I've embarrassed myself
Okay.
twice. Yeah.
Gotcha. All right, very good. Just wanted to bring that up. I'm a good friend.
Thank you.
And I'm not pissed because Mersh is saying I suck. I'm pissed because I'm sick of the I suck comments. It's a fucking balloon that I've been keeping shut. And I'm sick of oh, you suck. You guys don't fucking do this shit. You don't get up every day and do this. You don't do the fucking shows here, then go home and prep a show and do another show.
Here's what I don't understand.
Aaron, why are you interrupting him? He's finally letting all of this out. It's obviously been pent up. He's like, I've been holding this balloon, and he's like, this is what I'm dealing with right now. And Aaron's like, oh, hold on a second. Let me step in real quick. What are you doing? Let him go.
You don't do this is not a great I hated the Unfrosted movie. I thought it was laughably bad.
Yeah.
But could you imagine if Jerry Seinfeld got on a podcast and was like, "You guys don't fucking do this, man. It's hard to make a movie."
Yeah, I've seen some press conferences with athletes that try to pull this shit on the reporters. It never goes well. It's like, well, you can't throw a football. No, I know. I'm well aware of that. But you shouldn't throw to the other team 6 times in the first half is the point we're trying to make.
And to be even more fair, I think the listeners or viewers don't know what it's like to make a movie for Netflix. We could
Right.
probably all grasp what it's like to be on the Steel Toe Morning Show. We can wrap our heads around.
Yeah, that's a good point. This guy's like, do you know what it's like to get up and go to work and then prep for another job you have later? Yeah, most of us do, actually.
I can wrap my mind around it.
Yeah, it's not crazy.
About and I've had this talk with April too, and I'll have this talk with you, and I'll probably have this talk. I've had this talk
two
with Corey.
ladies.
I've had this talk with everybody. If
I like that Aaron has to say, every single person who co-hosts the show I have to have this conversation with, everyone hates us.
Everyone I interact with, I have to say, stop crying, please.
Yes, you have to learn how to deal. Everyone hates us. Actually, I'm going to let this run for a second because what Aaron says here is nuts.
Okay.
if I'm pleased with your performance, and certainly, you're getting more money now.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm pleased with your performance, why does it matter what Mersh says?
He thinks he's a kingmaker. He goes, now look now Mersh actually does do 2 shows a day, and there's a lot of reasons why he would know what you're dealing with and how difficult your life is or not difficult it might be. Now, granted, this guy has MS. Mersh just has a drug problem, so it's different. I'll give you that. Yeah. But I love that Aaron goes, but who cares what anyone thinks? I think you're great. That's all that matters. Oh, Aaron thinks I'm great. Well, then I'm good. Everything's good.
That's a speech like Howard. Actually, I think I just listened to a clip recently where Jackie was complaining about like Howard not valuing him or something.
Yeah.
And Howard said to him like, well, why would I have you around here if I didn't value you? Now,
Right.
it is different when Howard Stern says that as opposed to Aaron Imholt, I suppose.
little
Because he's
bit.
also not listening. The guy's like, it's not about Mersh, it's about the volume of criticism I get.
Yes.
And Aaron goes, well, why does it matter what Mersh thinks? And the guy's like, well,
That's a great point. Because the guy, I mean, this is a long clip. I'm not going to play all of it, obviously, but the guy is saying, like, I go on my show and everyone in the chat say I suck and I'm not funny. Then I come on this show and everyone in the chat says I suck and I'm not funny. And it's just like, all right, I get it. I guess I suck and I'm not funny.
Well, why did just Mersh's comments bother you so much?
Right. It's so weird. I was texting with Mersh about this today. And he goes, I didn't even do anything. All I wrote was that he wasn't very funny. That's all I did.
He's a nasty man. He knew what he was doing.
For the most part, it doesn't. But then when someone pays $5 to make you say it, like that's the thing.
I have subreddits.
Yeah.
All right. So then Aaron makes it all about him, obviously, right here. He's like, oh, you think you get it bad? Do you know that I'm Aaron Inholt from Steel Toe? Have you heard of these fucking subreddits about me? Jesus.
Think about what the likes of me and Joe Rogan go through. If you think you
Yeah,
have.
right. Yeah. That's great. So yeah, that was fun. Anytime somebody cries on the air, I always like to bring it up. I think Vito Gesualdi cried on The Biggest Problem in the Universe not too long ago. I had to play that.
It's an embarrassing experience, but I'm actually more focused on Aaron's reaction to it now. Like, that's more interesting to me.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And he's evidently so used to his co-hosts melting down in front of him that he just has like a kind of a canned response to it.
All right, this is what I said to April. All right, I know everyone's mad, but please don't leave.
We at Steel Toe value you very much.
It's crazy. All right, I have to play this too before we exit the banter section.
Oh, right. We haven't started the show yet.
No, we haven't started the show. We're still bantering. Because, as you know, I have fallen in love. I am head over heels. It's nuts when you find a show like That Reality Show. And some may say, I'm reviewing them too much. They've been on every episode since we discovered them. I can't stop it. I'm addicted. And so I'm so psyched when Helga and especially Lisa Boswell responds to us directly. And so I was very excited about this until Helga says this part of it.
Who Are These Podcasts loves our show, and they think it's the best thing they've ever seen. And I think Blind Mike is sexy. Anyway.
What the fuck? Where did that come from? You haven't even been on Who Are These Podcasts since we started reviewing That Reality Show.
I'll just say, Helga, I'm not sure what you look like, but you sound delightful as well.
Okay, all right, now he's flirting. Now we're actively flirting with Helga Man. Is that what's going on?
Wink.
Holy shit. Unbelievable. Guys, I want to thank people who are supporting the show real quick, and then we'll get into it.
Yay, super chats.
This is Vinny's a Fat Wop, $2. Hey, Jenny. With lots of hearts for Jenny Jingles, I suppose.
Oh,
Vinny's a Fat Wop, $2. Dave from Buffalo here. I love Jenny Jingles, FSJ, FKB. Well, I can tell you, Jenny Jingles is listening, and she loves you too. Thank you very much, Dave from Buffalo.
That's nice.
Appreciate that. Robin Queefers gave us $5 with a super sticker. Thank you. Thank you, Robin Queefers.
Here comes the money.
Here we go.
Thanks for the super chat, Kyle Lakey.
When do we beat
Karl Hamburger.
They're laughing at us. We need money.
Remember, it's hard to count to 21 without an app.
I don't need anybody's money. It's nice.
Karl Lakey, $10 says, Chatted SJ asked him what trans podcast he promotes. Karl encourages subs to LGBTQ plus groups. He couldn't even sound out the letters and admitted he always trips up, claimed he had none to recommend. Oh, that's hilarious. Well done. Well done, Kyle.
But Karl's a liar. He doesn't do that.
One of the trends that's been going on John's show, people chat and they go, so I was just in the Discord and Karl was talking to Shuli about blah, blah, blah. Or on Karl's Patreon, he was just saying that, blah, blah. And John never was to go, that doesn't sound right. You know, he just falls for it every time. Kelly Riddle, $2. King Cobra JFS watches John Cerasani videos. What?
Wait, really?
For real?
He's
ripping
us off.
We got to look into that.
Oh, wow. That's interesting.
No, actually, this is amazing because we can shorten our shows by half. We
yeah,
can just
we get
watch-
John Cerasani to watch Daniel Alexander. Then we got something.
Yeah, then we got a 15-minute show. Watch King Cobra, watch John, watch Daniel, and we're good. We're out. Kyle Lakey, another $5 says, more importantly, when facing you at the poker table, do I wear my pink or white Miami Vice suit? I'm more intimidated by pink, Kyle. Looking forward to seeing you in Vegas. Hackamania.com is where you go. Use promo code WATP for 20% off your tickets. May 31st through June 2nd. We just added Dick Masterson and Vito Gesualdi.
Whoa, this is star-studded.
Yeah, I'm very excited about that. It's going to be a great weekend. Lots of shows. Bandit Karate, $2. Does MS raise estrogen levels? Vito 2.0 over here. Yep. I know. It's crazy. Dave Vet, $5 says the best part was him pulling the plug on the stream while limping away. Okay, so that happens later on in the show because he breaks down and cries 5 or 6 times, Mike. I'm not even exaggerating, where the glasses come off and he's sobbing again. It just keeps happening over and over again. So Aaron's just like, hey man, let's get into our content for the day. So the CEO of Hims, this boner, he's like, are you okay? Do you want to do this? He's like, I don't know, man. I think I need a minute. He's like, all right, yeah, go. Why don't you go upstairs? You can walk up. And then he tripped over the power cord and took the show off the air.
That's the problem with having a show that's centered around like hitting some goal for the day.
Yes.
Is like, I don't think you can move on after that. You kind of have to just
Correct.
talk it out and end the show.
Yeah, it gets very awkward. But anyway, yes, that was a very funny part. Audiophile America, $10. A steel toe giving real Fez Watley vibes. Interesting.
It sounded, I think Fez was a little more masculine when he wept.
Yeah, no shit. At least he wasn't trying to get his cat to talk, so that's good.
That's right.
Flex316 gifted 1 membership. Thank you very much. And Abby Normal gifted a membership. Thank you both for doing that. Of course, if you receive a gifted membership, turn on accept gifted memberships. You get the bonus stuff that we do, and you can watch WATP live Wednesdays and Saturdays. Shows up in the community tab on YouTube. All the links to all the shows. You can watch them live or anytime thereafter, unedited. Everything that we did on the show shows up there. All right. Without further ado, I think it might be time to start the show.
Whew. All right, let's get into it.
What do you think about that?
I'm ready.
Wyatt Carum. Now, the reason why I bring up Wyatt Carum is because Brian Carum, his father, showed up to Stuttering John's big party on Tuesday night. And we all saw John singing. We all saw John singing with the band. Well, Brian had to get up there and showboat a little bit himself.
Nice.
Yes. So Brian's a fine singer, but this family, they just need to perform. They just love performing and entertaining. And so I wanted to show you some of, we checked out Wyatt's TikTok, where he does these little comedy sketches that are about 8 seconds long and don't end in a joke.
I fell in love with this guy. I would have brought him back immediately, but I was like, we'll see. If Karl finds him interesting, we'll talk about him again. But
yes.
I was ready last week to talk about him.
Good. All right. Yeah. Mike and I talked before the show. I go, yeah, this is my beat. I'll take care of Wyatt Carum. No worries. So I wanted to check out his stand-up because, as you know, Brian got John to go to a stand-up show. There's a photo of them with John and Jay Leno. So John's opening doors for this guy. Let's see what his comedy chops are like, starting off with this joke.
You know what? I am so sick of all the hate in the world, especially coming from her. She has a beautiful girlfriend to at least go home to. You know what I would do to go home to anything other than my cat? That's not the type of pussy I'm into.
Now, one thing I would say, Mike, and remember, this is Wyatt uploading this. This isn't me finding a
my
clip.
Favorite part. Yeah.
Yeah, this isn't me finding a clip and then cutting it out before the laughter or something like that. I would advise him to sweeten these a little bit. Make it seem like someone's paying attention in the audience and thinks
use
that
the Matarese, the Matarese effect.
Right. The whole idea that you would sit there and write down, oh, I come home to a cat, that's not the kind of pussy I want, and thinking that that's a joke?
Hello, folks.
I mean, that one might be played out.
It's very, vaudeville or so, there is no, and also maybe we don't have the right context, but like you said, he uploaded this, but I would do anything to come home to someone other than my cat. It didn't feel like funny, self-deprecating. It was like,
no.
Oh, you poor thing.
Yes.
I felt bad for him.
I think there's actually a 4-letter word for this type of comedy. I've heard Kevin Brennan mention it. I've heard Stuttering John mention it. I think it's heck. Pretty
Never
sure.
heard that before.
Oh, okay. Well, let's see if it gets better. This is he's got a new girlfriend.
I recently got a girlfriend, so thank God I was developing the worst case of tendonitis in my elbow, so thank God for that. But also,
are you serious?
Before her, I used
You didn't like his jerk off joke?
What are these, the cat scales? What the fuck is happening?
You didn't like the jerk off joke, Mike? See, because he didn't have a girlfriend, so he wasn't getting laid. So he was jerking off.
So anyways, take my girlfriend, please.
I don't think you're going to like any of these now that the way you're critiquing this, I don't think you're going to get into his comedy at all.
No.
Oh, no.
So thank God for that. But also, because before her, I used to have a similarity where my taste in women was the same as my taste in fast food. Like my last girlfriend before her was just like a McDonald's cheeseburger. You know, she was cheap, easy to eat, and she came with a toy inside her box. It just wasn't my toy.
I mean, the person in the crowd is super annoying. I would have tried to edit that out if I could have.
Is that like someone that listens to one of our shows? Like, it seems like he's there to mock Wyatt Carum.
Seems like it, yes. Or it could be just anyone just going, Jesus, this is the worst comedy I've ever heard. I might as well react like an idiot.
Oh, my last girlfriend's name is Jill, huh, fellas? These are the corniest fucking lines I've ever heard in my life.
My girlfriend was just like a cheeseburger from McDonald's because she was cheap and easy to eat. Okay.
You know what this is? It's like if a show like Law and Order has a plot line that takes you into a comedy club, Wyatt Carum would be on stage.
Yes.
Where it's just the most hack bullshit lines that someone just slapped together to move the plot along.
Yes, and everyone in the audience is losing their mind over it.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
And they're trying to figure out which one's the murderer. All right. So let's go back to high school and hear an anecdote about that.
You know, it wasn't really a horrible experience. It's just like men at that age are just all thinking with their small heads and not the big heads, you know? Like, instead of paying attention in class, we just crop dusted a poor underpaid teacher. Like, the poor guy smelled eggs and thought he was having a stroke.
All right. So these did not connect at all. The setup and the punchline did not connect in any single way.
Also, I thought I heard someone say "yeah" as if this was like a boardroom meeting. That sounded like a comedy show.
You know, when we were in high school, we were always thinking with our dick. Like, everything's a dick joke with this guy so far. We were all thinking with our dicks, you know? And so what we would do while we were thinking with our dicks is we would fart. Wait, what? The fuck just happened?
Hey, I'm all for dick and sex jokes, but
sure.
Like, Jesus Christ.
All right, I got one more for you here. Maybe this one will win you over. He's still talking about high school and being horny and all that stuff.
I do know that we all are equally horny in this world too, but I do think men are still more disturbing and fucked up. And Exhibit A through Z, my childhood friend, when we were 14 years old, I discovered he had a Christopher Robin obsession, which, you know, who doesn't love Winnie the Pooh? I mean, it's a fuzzy bear named after shit. But I was disturbed, however, to find that he had a stuffed Winnie the Pooh in his...
Mike, you got to get through this, buddy. I'm sorry. I know this is torturous to you.
It's painful.
I know. You are really having a hard time with this. I can tell. You never write like this to Tom Myers. You are really having a hard time.
Say what you will about Tom Myers. I love bad comedy. Like, I will watch Tom Myers all fucking day and enjoy it. This is beyond that. This is like thievery is what it is. He's stealing from hacks in the 1950s.
Doesn't love Winnie the Pooh. I mean, it's a fuzzy bear named after shit. But I was disturbed, however, to find that he had a stuffed Winnie the Pooh in his bedroom, and under where his poo hole is, there was a perfectly cut circle. And it turned out my dear sweet friend was filling poor Winnie's pot with honey, and it started getting really bad and out of control. I don't even want to tell you what he did to poor Piglet. He made that piggy squeal.
Good Lord. That took a wild turn.
Is that the worst stand-up you've ever heard? And again, these are his clips from Instagram that he's putting up for us to listen to.
But that's like, if that's the gist of his set, it's basically like if Henny Youngman just out of nowhere was like, so I'm fucking my wife in the ass last night.
Right, yeah.
Oh my
Whoa,
God.
what just happened?
You're just fucking a doll? What's going on?
Well, he wanted to get the filling as pot with honey or whatever.
No, I got that.
What that thing was. Because everyone always calls cum honey. That's
Sure.
always the reference that we all use. It's a very similar substance.
That's why Karl's always got his head stuck in the jar.
All right. I don't know if people are thrown off by this, but I just realized we did not hit the jingle.
Oh, no.
Blinded like Blind Mike. Don't be a douche. Instagram in the night. Blinded like Blind Mike. Check out these reels. They might make you wanna fight.
The reason why I did hit that jingle is because everyone loves it, but also because I have one more reel from Instagram. This one came in from Psychotic in our Discord. If you want to join the Discord, there's a link on whoarethese.com. Totally free to join. We have our own channel, the Who Are These Socials channel. Get in there, put in suggestions, chat with fellow listeners, and give us stuff like this.
No recollection of that happening at all.
At all. This store sells some good liquor. I drank a lot of it that night.
The viral video shows Robbie Stratton running through a convenience store with an alligator in his hands. He takes the animal in the beer fridge as well.
I don't even remember coming up here.
We asked Stratton where the alligator came from.
No clue. I literally came to the store and he was in the back of the truck. They told me what I did was stupid and I'll be facing some charges here soon and probably go to jail, probably not. We'll see.
He says he regrets his decision and he's been in contact with the FWC.
I gotta defend this guy a little and say, stupid is the wrong word. Innovative, creative, misguided, sure, but I don't think he's a stupid man.
I'm not even sure if he used the alligator to get free beer. They don't really explain that. Because I would think that if I'm the cashier, I'm like, I don't get paid enough. Just take it. I'm not dealing with you and your alligator. This is fine. I'm not even trying to rob the place. It's fine. Take all the money out of the register. It's fine.
That's a great form of weaponry because it isn't illegal to carry an alligator around. I don't know the answer. And in Florida, probably not.
People who say that Florida isn't the greatest state in the union, I'm like, what are you talking about? What other state? You think this is happening in Minnesota? It's not. This isn't happening there. It's fucking awesome. Guys are walking around with alligators under their arms.
It's a wild
to
ride.
the convenience store. All right, let's head over to YouTube.
I'll stop the show and watch YouTube.
All right, so Dash wrote in and said, I'd like to submit this for WATS, or perhaps Cringe of the Week. Okay. The White House YouTube is a gold mine, but this recent one is hilarious. It's only a minute and a half, but really shows the level of pandering and piss poor PR the government has resorted to. So we are going to watch our great president, Joe Biden, meeting with two African-American women. Okay. It's very natural.
How are you?
Hello.
God love you. How you doing?
Thank you. I'm good.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
We actually had the opportunity to meet the president.
I was nervous at first, but once he grabbed my hand, shook my hand, I felt very calm.
He's like one of those people you feel like you can talk to all the time. He was very nurturing.
My name is Latrice.
And I'm Aikina.
This is Snow.
This is Coco. And we're here to talk about how Joe Biden's American Rescue Plan helped us pay our first down payment on our home.
I moved from Chicago to Las Vegas.
All right, now I just have to ask real quick. So they got a down payment for their home from this government program they have. Do you also get to meet the president? How many people are getting this down payment / meet the president thing? It's got to be limited, right?
It's sold as a very matter of fact, like, guys, you better close in your house now so you can sit down with Biden.
Yeah, right. It's odd. Is there a meet and greet attached to this government program? I've never heard of such a thing. Okay, cool.
I used to be close to my mom and my sister. And once I got here, within 5 years, I wanted to own my own home. I decided to take this course. They taught me how to budget my money, to raise my credit score, to qualify for the program.
Well, I will say, teaching a woman how to budget her money and save money, that is impressive, all right? I like to rag on the government, but if that's the case, then good on them.
It is, like, who's being duped by this in the sense that, whoever you're voting for, I don't give a fuck. But right. I'm just saying, like, who's being duped by this in the sense that, like, hey, so a PR team reached out to us, and Joe Biden wanted a photo opportunity, and you're not going to believe this? He was incredibly nice.
Yeah.
Whoa,
It was really weird. He was warm and inviting.
Yeah.
How much time did you spend with him? Oh, 17 seconds. they pushed us immediately out the door.
Like when I was a kid, Bush and Obama were spitting on people that were trying to buy homes. It was outrageous.
So this reminds me, I went on a Weezer cruise. I've talked about this before, but I just think it's a funny story. I went on a cruise with the band Weezer and a bunch of other bands, Dinosaur Jr. and stuff. And they had this opportunity to get your photo taken with Weezer. That was part of one of the perks. Cool. Mm-hmm. So my girlfriend and I are in a line, and basically Weezer's all sitting at a table, the four of them, and you walk behind them, and they take your photo behind Weezer. They don't even look at you or acknowledge your existence. They're just sitting there taking photos for 2 hours as every person on the boat's just going through and getting their photo taken with them. Wasn't a great perk.
I mean, it's like 4 different episodes of House of Cards where Frank Underwood meets someone like this and then he fucks him over.
Right.
That's just how it works.
Within a year, I qualified. I got my certificate. American Rescue Plan give me $15,000 to put down on my first down payment on my home.
I was very excited because, first of all, I'm getting my very first window. So now that I got sunlight, I can nurture this plant that Joe Biden actually gave to me.
Hey.
Hold on a second. I got him. So first off, Joe Biden gave her a house plant.
Yeah.
Okay. And then this woman who's in her late teens, early 20s says, I got my very first window? Were you in a dungeon? Like, where did you grow up? There wasn't a window? Mike, I've lived in shitty apartments. I've lived in houses. I've never once been shown a place that didn't have a fucking window. They don't build apartments in the middle of the building where there's no windows.
I'll tell you, me and the old lady are looking for houses right now, so I know who I'm calling. Oh, White House.
Seriously. They can get your house in the window, buddy.
Thank you.
But Dash, who sent this in, goes, they're fucking giving a house plan. Is that a wink and a nod that these two are in fact plants? Because you know what I mean? It's a little bit too on the nose right here.
I don't think they're that clever, but it is good.
Yeah.
It's simple.
I was going to bring you a tree, but couldn't get it planned.
It gives me a space to be creative and have a room that reflects my personality.
We've been really, really happy ever since then. So we both want to say thank you, thank you, thank you.
It's kind of like a new chapter in our lives.
Well, that's not scripted at all. They got a house from the government, and they're really, really happy ever since.
And you won't believe Uncle Joe brought us a paperweight. What a guy.
It's amazing. We stayed up all night texting afterwards. It was crazy. He's Snapchatting me.
Biden brings them all the Biden 2024 shirts, like teams that lose the Super Bowl. It's like, here you go.
Biden Harris. What was I thinking? All right, let's check out some music real quick.
Who are these music? Who are these music?
This one was sent in from Bugle Me This, and it's just a fun song. You might have heard it before. It's been around for a little while, but we've been enjoying these.
She's a worthless cunt. She's a worthless cunt.
She don't work, she lays around all day.
She's a worthless cunt.
She don't cook, she don't clean, she just takes my pay.
She's a worthless cunt.
She won't let me watch sports on TV. All she does is lay around and bitch at me. Oh.
She's a worthless
Yeah, she's
cunt.
worthless, all right.
She's a worthless cunt.
She don't swallow cause she don't give head.
She's a worthless cunt.
She don't fuck because her pussy's dead.
She's a worthless cunt.
She won't take a bath or wash her hair. She won't even change her fucking
Can I tell you who this
underwear.
sounds like?
Oh.
Who's that?
Mean Doug?
Oh, yeah, I get that vibe.
A little bit, right?
A little Mean Doug here, yeah. This is Larry Pierce from the
It
album.
changes the tone of the song if you think of it
The
that
album
way.
Pussy Whipped, yes.
She's a worthless
That's
cunt.
disgusting.
She's a worthless cunt. She's a worthless
little modulation.
She's a worthless cunt.
I can't leave her cause she's my wife. I'll have to pay her for the rest of my life. Oh.
She's a worthless cunt. She's a worthless cunt.
So you guys are looking at houses, huh? You and your girlfriends getting real serious, huh?
I like that. It's a lot of fun.
Maybe you and I should have a conversation after the show. All right, since we're talking about worthless C words and we're listening to music,
Wait a second.
I have a song from Julia Fox that I think that I think
This
you'll
came
enjoy.
out a few weeks ago, I guess, and I'm amazed
Yeah.
it missed us with all the buzz it created.
Well, I think it's his book promotion, right? Because isn't this about the book?
I suppose. Yeah.
Okay. And I don't know that I can listen to a lot of it. Let's see what we hear here.
Pause. You heard all of it. If you don't want to play the whole thing, that's every
that's
lyric,
enough.
pretty much.
That's every lyric.
Well, you can play a little more, but like for a woman that used so many words to describe the first 6 years of her life,
Yes.
I'm amazing that she repeats that line over and over again in this song. It's exhausting.
Well, the song is called "Down the Drain," which is the name of her memoir.
Yeah, I actually don't know if that comes up.
Okay, great.
I can't remember. Song's 2.5 minutes in total.
Hey, Mom, you never told me about your music career. Some guys at school told me you had a single back in 2024. How come you never played that for me before? This is interesting.
The song, I think, is like 2 minutes and 20 seconds or something like that.
Yeah,
We're probably about
2:13.
40 seconds in.
I scrubbed. I scrubbed to the chorus.
But there's literally, I mean, you didn't have to take much out, I don't think.
No,
There's
it's all the
not,
same.
There's not a tremendous amount of deep lyrics.
It's shocking to me that someone could be so untalented and so ugly at the same time and have a career in entertainment.
What is the instinct? Like, I get if, like, you know, if Daniel Day-Lewis got so much respect for being a tremendous actor for so many years, if he picked up a guitar and said, you know what, I think I'm going to strum a few tunes here, that would make sense that his ego would be that big. But what is it
Sure.
with people like Julia Fox and Stuttering John that don't just think they're talented at one thing and they're wrong? They
Right.
think they're extreme, like multi-talented. You know, they're like Donald Glover or Justin Timberlake. They can do it all.
I guess they're surrounding themselves with people who don't want to give them any truth, would be my only guess, because there is a personality disorder that I've been studying for the past few months.
Yeah.
This narcissism thing is crazy, and Dunning-Kruger falls into this too, where you just think that everything that you do is amazing, and you're so bad at it you can't even tell the difference between good and bad.
It's just crazy to not be an author and say I'm putting out a book. Like that's a big step to be. I'm putting out a book right now that I wrote. Also, I'm gonna try my hand in music for the first time ever. So
hold on a second, Mike. Not an author. When she was 6, she would
that's
write
right. I
stories
forgot.
and then
I forgot.
read
I'm
them to her brother, who would be brought to tears over the stories that she's been an author her entire life. Mike, what do you mean?
That was silly of me, and I can hear everyone at home yelling at the TV, like, what do you mean, not an author? We all read the poetry.
Yeah, if you don't know what we're talking about, Julia Fox's book, Down the Drain, we've been listening to the audiobook on both mine and Mike's Patreon. So if you want to check out the bonus episodes we've been doing on there, it's
well worth it.
It's ridiculous.
Yay, super chats.
Vinny's a fat wop, $2 says, Mike, do you prejudge blacks by their voice or smell?
Jesus.
That's ridiculous, sir. S became a new member. Thank you very much for that. Cartographer $2 says, who are we popping off on today, Mike?
Are we popping off?
I guess so. I guess it's assumed that's the deal.
I feel like it's a reference to something that I'm missing, but I can't quite.
Here comes the money.
Here we go.
Thanks for the super chat, Miguel. We sure appreciate it. Blind Mike might not be able to see, but we know for sure he can at least smell that Karl has frosted tips.
Another smell reference. Miguel, $10 says, I will pay you $10 each time to stop playing Wyatt clips. It's so bad I'm missing the days of Christine Knowlton. Please stop, for God's sake. Interesting.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. Like, to me, Christine Knowlton is a better comedian than Wyatt Carum because she's just more original.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
no, I do know what you mean. Yeah.
Sure, maybe as far as like joke structure or whatever, Wyatt is better. But like, he's such a fucking hack. Like, at least Christine Knowlton is doing something.
Such a hack. Reverend Shitstain Powerful Pooper $5 says, White House promoting teaching overweight lesbian blacks with clown hair and makeup how to do basic maths. I love my tax dollars funding this. Biden 2024 skull. Okay. I didn't mean for it to get that political. Truth or Cop Official $5 says, wait, is Mike's issue that he doesn't have a window? Oh, maybe.
That's why I'm moving. Trump's America forced me into a home without a window.
How do you get a home without a window? Is it a mud hut? What the fuck? How did that even happen?
A windowless home.
It's one of the weirder things I've ever heard of. All right, JTE's coming in. JTE 0707. I think we have a customized jingle for JTE. Yeah, we do.
Here comes the money.
Here we go.
Thanks for the Slayer Super Chat JTE 0707. Coors Light, the meaning of pain. The way that I want you to die.
Let's go Carolina Hurricanes. New York doesn't stand a chance, right, Karl? I know where you stay. You know where I stay. What is that supposed to mean?
It's going to fuck you up if you don't root for the Hurricanes.
Well, I will tell you that I'm pulling for Florida. There's 4 ex-Sabres on that team. And so I don't normally like Florida, but in this playoffs, that's who I'm pulling for. But I did like that Boston took out the Maple Leafs. I don't know if you're following any of the NHL.
Yeah, not really. Awesome. I did watch Game 7, though.
Yeah, that was exciting. That was enjoyable. Penis Rickle coming in, member for 2 months. Howard used to play that dude Larry Pierce back in the 2000s. Haven't heard him again until now. Thanks for the trip down memory lane, boys. Hell yeah, Penis Rickle, you got it. And Cartographer $2 says, it was Coach HP reference. God damn it. Oh, Mike.
No.
Coach HP.
I have a little Coach HP news, kind of.
Yeah, what is that?
Box Eating Dad reached out to him and said, you should get this guy Blind Mike on his show, and gave him Craig's information. And Coach HP immediately reached out to Craig. And Craig was like, oh, okay. Well, and he goes, Coach HP goes, I want to talk to Mike. And Craig's like, oh, well, I usually handle his booking. And he tried to sound professional, you know?
Sure.
And Coach HP goes, yeah, just give me Mike's number. Like, he refused to deal with Craig.
He big-timed Craig. That's fun. I want to do that.
Yeah. Well, you should. It is fun to push him around.
It is, yes. All right. Coach HP is one of the characters you get to hear on the Blind Mike Project Sunday mornings.
Yes.
At 10 a.m.
Yes, thank you.
On the Blind Mike YouTube. Always fun. All right. Speaking of characters, we got to check in on John Cerasani. We said we would. Oh, yeah. He's got his new show that's like, it's like the, it's almost like The Apprentice now, the way that he's actually doing this. The Apprentice meets
Shark Tank?
Shark Tank.
Yeah, I guess so. It's also none of those things in the sense that there's zero structure to it.
Correct. Because what happened was we were all ready for, okay, the show's going to start off. He's going to have people come in with their presentations and pitch this idea and try to get John to invest in their company. And it's been just the opposite. He's just watching videos of people who are like in a job interview setting. It's unwatchable. It's not entertaining in any single way. And so episode 3, things must be picking up. Probably we have some face-to-face meetings now. There's probably some interesting plot lines going on. This is how episode 3 starts off.
All right, next up, Kyle Lim, dental manufacturing, disruptive company in the world of dental.
Jesus Christ, Chad, what's going on? So it starts.
So the main thing that I picked up on there is that He just edited. He probably recorded the first hour and a half and chopped them up into 3 half-hour episodes, or maybe 2 hours and did the first 4 episodes, whatever.
Yep.
But he just recorded, like banged them all out, and then chopped them up into 4 episodes. This is a project that he was like promoting the shit out of for a while.
Yep.
And he like Shark Tank isn't just what we compared it to. He was comparing it to that.
Yeah, he goes, it's like Shark Tank. No, it is Shark Tank. Yeah. But way worse. Way worse. I pointed this out the last time we played this on the show. Basically, we're watching him do all of the things that are usually the behind-the-scene things that you do in order to get contestants on a game show or a reality show.
Right. And there's no basis for getting on the show. Some submissions are just like, hey, I'm out of college and I'd like a job with you. Some are, will you invest in my company?
Yep.
Some are like, I'd like to expand my company. Could you give me advice on how to do that?
It's all over the place.
There's no structure to it at all. The other thing I was curious if you would have any take on this. Episode 3 has 5,000 more views than either of the first 2 episodes. Do you find that
Interesting.
odd at all?
Well, as I pointed out, either on this show or WATP, it was someone got an ad for this on YouTube, and John is putting money behind this. He's promoting it. He's advertising it.
Yeah.
So it's very possible that he's getting people to click on those ads, and it's adding to the view count.
I guess my thought is more like, who the fuck would jump into this episode 3? You know?
No,
But yeah,
of
it might
course.
just be a quick click. Yeah, you're
Yeah,
right.
yeah, it might be a quick click, and they go, "Oh, this is interesting." Like, "Oh no, it's not." Never mind.
And episode 3, we're also at the point where, like, you know, American Idol does, I don't know what they do anymore, but like when I was a kid, they would do the first couple episodes would be the auditions, and then they get into the actual show.
Right.
We're still in like the audition phase. 3
he's
episodes into this thing.
And it doesn't even seem to be curated. He's just watching every video that was sent into him. And even he's not selling it. Like, I was watching this. I don't have the clip, but even he's going, all right, this person has a dental practice. And I mean, I don't think I'm interested in that, but let's watch it.
Yeah,
Like,
no, it's
why are we
probably
watching
bullshit,
it?
but I'll give it a shot, I guess.
Yeah. It's so stupid. So this one, you labeled this still no ground rules.
Yeah, we'll see. You said that I might have stamped it wrong. I can explain if it is fucked up.
All right,
We'll
let's see.
All right. There we go. We're going to bring John in. Eric Platt, experiential events. Need capital for more marketing. He needs capital for more marketing, more party experimentals, and a team. Your investment combined with our growing social media following and my ability to host these parties impeccably would have big, lucrative, amazing events all over the world. All right, I'm just going to tell you guys right now, I hate when the primary reason somebody needs capital is for marketing, okay? And the reason I hate that is because you should have the ability on your own to bring in clients. You shouldn't need capital.
Okay, so the reason I chose this clip is that he's scolding people 3 episodes in for essentially making the wrong submission. It's like, John, you didn't tell anyone what this was.
Yeah, no, that was the premise from the very first episode. He goes, what I didn't tell people is what I want them to tell me is they need me and my expertise, and then they want me on the team and not just my money. It's like, well, you didn't tell anyone that. And then this guy goes, hey, I need money for marketing. We had a great product. We just got to get it out there. And he's just like, I'm not going to give money for that. Like, okay.
It's again, to use American Idol again. It's like if someone showed up to American Idol in a full baseball uniform and was like, yeah, I'd like to try out for the team. And they were just like, all right, give it a shot.
Yeah.
They don't explain that it's the wrong competition.
All right. So this is pretty exciting for whatever he's talking about here.
I know Eric Platt is Eric Boss Chicago. It has changed my angle of comments here. I'll say this, dude, Eric. There's no way I'm gonna. That's awesome, but everything I already said is how I feel about that. I'd like to get Eric involved in the show though somehow. Maybe. What do you think, Frank? Maybe we could bring Eric in to help, kind of like MC the front room when the guests come or something. We need a host. He's a VIP. He's been a VIP host all over the city. All right. That's a great idea. Okay. So Eric, I'm gonna reach out to you and invite you to be the host. If anybody watching, Eric declined the offer. If you don't see him on the next episode, okay?
You called that dreams do come true.
That's big for Eric Platt or whatever the fuck his name is.
Yeah, pretty exciting.
3 episodes in, John's like, hey, we might have a host for this thing soon.
Yeah. That's crazy. He didn't have this planned out at all. He's been promoting the shit out of it, and he didn't know that maybe he'd need a host for the show.
It's wild, and what's funnier to me is that it's still happening because I scrolled through a bunch of his recent Instagram posts. To be fair, he does post a lot, so maybe I just didn't go back far enough. But like, at least in the last few days, he hadn't posted about this at all, which makes me think he's kind of given up on it.
Interesting. Well, this is your beat, so I need to know if Eric Platt shows up as the host at a certain point.
Well, that episode would have come out last night, so I'll have no problem getting that answer.
Okay, very good. I'm very interested to find out. Now, the reason why we started talking about John Cerasani in the beginning is not because of this stupid show. It's because he has an Instagram page where he brags about all of his money, and that's kind of how it started. It was just like, hey, look at me. I got all this money. You guys are idiots. Right. You go to work every day. I don't work. I don't have to work. I got money. And what started happening is people went, John, you're kind of a loser. You keep going on your show or your Instagram and telling us how amazing you are. And it seems like it's not that great. And so what John does is not learn from that and change his behavior. He decides he's going to fight back against every single troll, and he always wins.
Well, I'm sitting here in my Uber Black heading to a rooftop party in Los Angeles. I'm scrolling through my Instagram, and I see this message. Embarrassed for you. Now who would write that? Oh, this guy, Tom Wojno. What are you embarrassed about me for, man? Oh, because I was using money as a phone, walking through a casino at 2 a.m, singing Biggie lyrics? You're embarrassed for me, bro? Let's look a little closer at your profile, pal. Yes. Oh, Tom Wojno, but your handle is Tom Brojno. Cool, little buddy. I'm embarrassed for you, pal.
That was all he had?
Nice.
He really just scraped the surface with that one, didn't he?
Well,
Jesus.
You know how humiliating it can be to be someone's little buddy. That really took the wind out of his sails.
Oh, yeah? But your username spells your name differently than your real name. Okay.
You use a pun on Instagram. How dare you?
I did that on purpose, John. I don't know. Okay.
But even when he's explaining he's like, oh, so you're calling me a loser just because I used a bundle of cash as a phone and I was singing Biggie lyrics in public. Yeah, no, even as you explained it, John, it sounds pretty douchey. So yes, the guy was in the right.
Also, I want to point out that John reacted to a video of me talking about him not too long ago. Yeah. And he did the same thing where he's just like, oh yeah, dude. And he had a pile of cash he was holding up like it was a phone he was talking into. It's not a good look. It's not a good move. No one's impressed by that.
Disagree. You got his ass, John.
Yeah, I know. I'm still reeling from that. I was actually crying like Johnny Crutches this morning about it.
I thought he was going to sell the fountain after I made fun of it.
All right. Let's head over to Reddit because something happened that was captured on video. Thank God. I heard about this story and then found out that someone was filming.
Who are these losers using Reddit?
What is it? Reddit! That's right. Ric Flair is well known for his wrestling and drinking. And Ric Flair has outlived his life expectancy. And so now he's just trying to end it with booze as quickly as possible. This is an insane, man. So he's down in Gainesville, Florida. And he's at probably the bar he hangs out at every single day. And they eventually
the guy's at the pub.
Yeah. No, there's a lot of parallels here. We can get into it. But what's crazy here is that this is, I would say, probably mid-afternoon. It's very light outside.
Even I noticed that. I was like, boy, it's awfully bright in there.
Yes. And so he's been cut off by the bartender because he's drunk. Mm-hmm. And he's probably being a bit belligerent at this point. What's crazy is the way I learned about this was Ric Flair was putting up on social media, no one go to this restaurant. I was just there spending $1,500. Yeah. He's like, I was there spending $1,500 and the manager was in the bathroom too long. And then they got mad at me for being upset about that. It was just like this weird, vague thing. And I remember Vinny was telling me the story on the Creep Off on Monday. And I go, oh, I bet Ric Flair's in the wrong on this one. If I had a bet.
That was good money, I think.
Yeah. If I had to guess what's going on here. So now the video is surfaced. Let's find out.
Yeah, good. Well, I did anything wrong except spend money and put this place over and bring my family and friends here. That is bad for you?
Why would it be bad for me?
Well, watch social media tomorrow.
I don't follow social media.
It's blocked.
He goes, watch social media tomorrow. He goes, I don't follow social media, which is a very funny response to that. Like, it's not going to bother me at all, sir.
I like that what you saw. Little did you know that was all part of his master plan.
You're right. I know that
was
was the first place I
spontaneous.
saw it. Right. And it backfired on Rick because I know what Rick's a drunk mess, and I knew exactly what happened here.
I don't follow social media.
Well, you better.
I don't get stuck on my phone.
What's your name, nut job? Nicholas what? Nicholas Dickhead.
That's not one of his best lines.
You don't have to do this to me. If you believe me, and my family.
I'm not familiar.
I didn't do one thing wrong. I walked into a bathroom.
And you cussed on my kitchen manager.
Oh, you're a kid I accosted. Really? What world do you live in?
The same world you
What
live
world
in.
do I do? How did I accost him?
Can I just point this out too? And listen, I've definitely been inebriated before.
Sure.
But I have this weird thing about me where when someone shames me and says, sir, you have to leave, we don't like your behavior, I go, I must have done something really fucking wrong. I'm going to leave now.
That's the nice thing, from my perspective, about having no confidence is like sometimes I could look at Ric Flair and say, boy, I wish I was a jet ski riding, high flying, wheeling dealing son of a gun like him.
Yeah.
But in a case like this, I like that I have no confidence because I would slunk out impishly and be on my merry way.
Correct. Yes.
Did I touch him?
You said cuss word.
I never say a cuss word. You know, is that his word against yours? I didn't say one cuss word.
I mean, what's the end game here? You know, Ric Flair is like, you can't kick me out of here. It's like, well, we are kicking you out, but it'd be really awkward if we changed our mind and you got to sit here and stay, right?
I also don't have my cuss meter out, but you did call him Nicholas Dickhead.
Yeah, right. Good point. It's like, I'm not swearing at anyone, you asshole. Like, okay, well.
God. No, ma'am, I'm going to give you $1,000 tip just to say to him, kiss my ass. If you walk outside here, I know you're disrespecting me.
How am I disrespecting?
Telling me to leave.
How am I disrespecting you? I'm telling me to leave. But you do have to leave, though. You understand that, right? It's like, I love I'll give you $1,000 tip. It's like, see what you're missing out on now? It's like, you weren't going to tip anyone $1,000. Get the fuck out of here, old man.
Also, I think he's about to say, like, we're not asking you to leave. We're saying you're a drunken mess and I'm not serving you anymore. You can sit here all day, I guess.
Good point. Yes, you're right. It's just like, no, we're just not going to freshen your cocktail, sir. Yeah.
Oh, I'm cut off because I'm drunk? Really?
Okay, that might be the funniest thing anyone's ever said. Oh, I'm cut off because I'm drunk. Okay.
You don't even fucking go.
I gotta play that again. That's fucking funny.
I'm not telling you to leave. We're just telling you that you're cut off. Oh, I'm cut off because I'm drunk? Really?
Yep.
That's also a John Cerasani comeback where he's like,
right.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah?
Really? Like he just has nothing.
Ma'am, please give yourself $1,000 tip.
Give yourself
$1,000 tip.
Like, sir, the way that it works is that you punch that into the thing. I'm not gonna do it. That would be illegal if I gave myself $1,000 tip from your card.
I just paid myself all the money in my bank account.
Yeah, right.
This guy and I are so cool. She and I are cool. And along comes dipshit. I just said it.
I never did.
I'll say it again. You're a dipshit.
You have to get out of here right now.
Oh, I'm leaving. Trust me. I won't come back again.
Thank God.
Come outside here and talk to me like a man.
I'm not going to do that because I'm on the clock.
Of course you are. You're on the pussy clock.
Okay, that was funny. So Ric Flair goes, let's go outside and talk about this like men. And he goes, I'm not going to do that. I'm on the clock. He goes, oh, yeah, you're on the pussy clock.
Yeah, he's not great with like puns or wordplay, really.
Pretty good comeback. I'm calling this episode, You're on the Pussy Clock. That's pretty good.
It's great. It is great to show you're not drunk, though. That
Yeah.
a great response to you're drunk is, well, let's fucking step outside and see who the bigger man is. Oh, okay. I guess you're sober then.
Oh, and then one of the other barflies, who's also wasted, looks over. He gets involved. He's like, "You want to go outside with me in the parking lot? Like, what are you gonna beat up a 78-year-old Ric Flair? Is that your goal here, sir?
Quite a
what are you
story.
gonna do?" Yeah. Oh my God, King! He's got a razor blade. He just threw sand in the ref's eye. Oh my God!
Oh no, those chairs don't fold automatically.
What's that? What did you just say to me? What did you just say to me?
He said he'll go outside with you, Rick. That's what he said.
Oh, I brought my whole family here.
I need one of those little.
He said, "You're fired."
I do love that thing where, you spend a lot of money at a restaurant or something, so you can just treat everyone like shit. Like, of course I'm treating you like shit. I spend a lot of money and bring my friends here. What do you
spent
want
money
from me?
here. What aren't you getting? I like that. This is the kind of bar that you can kind of hear at the end there. Some guy's just ordering his drink like nothing's going. Like, oh, is Ric Flair causing a ruckus again?
Yeah,
I'll take
all
another
right.
Manhattan, please.
When you're done with Rick, I could use a refill on my draft over here. Thanks. All right. That's enough of Ric Flair. That's hilarious, though.
Poor Rick. The last two times I've seen him, it's this and the Kill Tony appearance. He's not in great shape.
That's right. I forgot about the Kill Tony. He's wasted on there.
Yeah.
He was upset because people were making jokes at other people's expense. I'm surprised he wasn't on the Tom Brady roast. He would have been great on there. All right. Let's head over to TikTok.
TikTok's a psyop by the Chinese to fuck up the minds of our youth and some other people too. So let's talk quite a lot about these TikTokers we stalk and know. Oh, TikTok fucking blows.
I don't know how you found this one, Mike. Do you have like some weird blind person network that you guys are all subscribed to?
In a way, because anytime anyone on Twitter, Instagram, or TikTok sees any blind anything, they send it to me and are like, huh? What do you think about this?
Okay.
And usually it's something I don't give a fuck about. But this one piqued my interest. I don't know. Maybe sometimes I just miss it. Is this guy doing a bit or something? Because I think he's just full of horse shit.
Yeah, me too. Let's watch it.
I'm blind and I just got kicked out of a restaurant in Seattle. I walked in with my guide dog, Mr. Maple, and immediately somebody rushed up to me and said, "No pets allowed, only service dogs." I said, "It's okay, he's a service dog." He looked at me, he looked at Maple, he said, "Emotional support dog." No, like a guide dog for the blind. I literally had this harness attached to him. I showed this to him. I said, "I'm blind." He said, "You don't look blind." And I said, "A lot of people in the blind community still have some functional vision." He said, "You're looking right at me." I said, "Yes, but it's like I have a pinhole of vision. It's all I can see." He said, "Listen, this isn't my first rodeo." He literally said that. He said, "This isn't my first rodeo." What is going on out there that would lead this man to believe that I was lying? And he said, "Do you see any other dogs in this restaurant?" I said, "Well, I honestly, no, I'm blind. There could be." I said I could come back with his paperwork, and he said, "If you step foot back in this restaurant with that dog, I will call the police." I'm speechless.
Okay, I hope this is a true story because
It's not, I can assure you. But
I, for one, appreciate someone finally standing up to the blind community. You guys have been fucking with us for too long. Honestly,
it's funny you say that because that's actually why I know this story is horseshit. Because as a blind man, even before I used a cane or anything like that, anytime if someone gave me shit about anything, the moment I said I'm legally blind, oh jeez, I'm so sorry, sir. Oh my god, they felt terrible.
This is what annoys me about it. You guys have been getting away with this shit. You can just be like, yeah. I mean, sometimes when I close my eyes, it's dark. Like, oh, okay.
Sure, we've had a free ride for many years. That's
free
the
ride.
point here.
You're
The
bringing
point
in
is-
fucking cats and dogs everywhere you go. It's ridiculous.
The point is either this man is lying or he's the only blind man who hasn't been, met with this courtesy that I have for so many years.
Yeah, that's why it's so stupid, because it reminds me of the Rio stuff that we were playing on this show, or woke dad, where it's like these conversations don't happen. I live in the same world you do, and I know for a fact that everyone buckles immediately. There's no way this is happening.
Everyone's a victim, and what's funny about this guy and what like caught my eye about it, what caught my attention about it was that like, you know, everyone plays a victim, but like this guy in his own way is a victim. Like I'm sure he has interesting stories and hardships that he deals with, and yet he's choosing to lie and exaggerate and make other people the problem instead of talking about whatever his real problems are, if he's actually blind. Like,
yeah, I'm not sure that he actually is blind. This little skit that he did with his boyfriend that we're about to watch on TikTok here, you just wrote, I'm offended. You're offended
like this
by
is
this.
This is genuinely, this is blackface for blind people.
Okay, I got the same sense. Just so you know, I was offended on your behalf.
Thank
all right?
you.
Yeah.
So
This is like at the level when Joe Biden's like, it's not like I was club-footed or something. I was like, whoa, what's going on over here, Joe? Jesus.
This is an Al Jolson record.
So I just found toothpaste in the kitchen cabinet in with these spices, and I think I know who to ask about this. Paul? Paul, there was toothpaste in the kitchen cabinet with the salt and the pepper and the spices.
Toothpaste?
Toothpaste, this right here that you can't see. It's spearmint, but that's, doesn't mean it goes with the herbs.
I didn't put it there.
Okay, you unpack the groceries.
Good acting.
Wait, let me go check.
Yeah, so just if you're not watching, what's happening right now is, so the boyfriend is whispering in his phone, oh, look at this, there's toothpaste in here. He walks into the bedroom, and the blind guy, quote unquote, is laying in bed under the covers staring at his phone.
Ready for my close-up.
Which is odd because he just unpacked the groceries. I don't know how often you get home from the grocery store and you're like, back into the bed.
It's a nighttime activity.
It seems weird, but okay. So this is where it gets even dumber. So he finds tomato paste. So he finds next to this toothbrush in the bathroom tomato paste, which is a similar tube.
That's not where that goes.
And the toothbrush is red.
This is disgusting. Okay, I see the similarity. Yes. Hold these two.
What is it? I just brushed my teeth with this, but I thought it was supposed to taste like that.
Like tomato paste? This is for the lasagna.
Like baking soda.
This is for the lasagna that I'm making for the Rizzos on Saturday. This is it's on your fingers.
It
Gross.
tastes good.
Gross. Don't get that on.
What's so stupid about this is people in the comments think it's real. Everyone in the comments is just like, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe he did that." He
So crazy. That is how those blind
tomato
people
paste. So, Mike,
well, it's like I'm not an extinct species. Like we exist.
Yeah.
Well,
I was actually thinking about this. I came up with some ideas. I think you and your girlfriend could create similar videos of zany things that happen around your house because you're blind. Yeah. Film that, put it out. So here's some ideas. Just pitching this.
Okay.
We can come up with other things. We can spitball, but maybe like you're vacuuming with a weed whacker.
Oh my
God,
that
could
is
be kind
right
of fun.
for comedy.
Your girlfriend's just like, whoa,
in the house,
destroying the. Yeah, you're taking out plants and shit. That'd be fun. How about this? How about your girlfriend walks in the bathroom and you're taking a shit in the tub? You think you're sitting on the toilet.
If I had a nickel.
If you're just shit in the tub. How about this? Okay, how about this one? You're in the kitchen. You're making a cocktail for after dinner, and you're mixing in Drano into the cocktail that you're making for your girlfriend.
That would be very bad for the both of us.
How fun with comedy, though? For the sake of comedy, right?
It is. I mean, it's relatable in the sense that, like, I can't tell you the amount of times that my girlfriend will open the fridge and be like, "Mike, this isn't where shoes go." And I'm like, "Oh, come on.
Where are my Jordans?" She's like, "They're in the cabinet for some reason. I don't know what you're doing with those things."
We're not retarded. We can feel things. Like, I don't get it.
No, that whole thing where he brushed his teeth, and also someone in the comment, in the title it says his teeth were pink. They weren't. None of this is real. These people are so stupid. You wouldn't brush your teeth with tomato paste and not know it.
It's genuinely like I've never been offended by any joke or anything.
Right.
I know what it feels like now. Now I know. Like if you make a racist joke, I get it, people.
That's hilarious.
I'm on your side now.
That's hilarious. All right. Let's hit some super chats real quick, and then I got a Balin Dupri update for us.
Yay, super chats.
Juan2 $5 says, "Dat Biden, In all his confused mumbling, he didn't call me a lazy N-word even once. And when he very obviously pooped his pants, he never mentioned it. I know that whole thing where they're just like, he's so amazing to talk to, and someone's like, stop it. No one's buying this.
Well, that's, when you meet a president for a staged photo opportunity, that's how they should be. Imagine if he was just an asshole.
Polite. Yeah, no kidding. He didn't even want to smell my hair. Maybe it's because I'm a black woman, but he didn't sniff my hair, which was nice. Reverend Just St. Powerful Pooper $2 says they call that Cerasani rich with a hard R. I'm telling you, he is going to lose all of his money the way he's spending his money.
I know. And the sad thing is, like, he made it's again. I always say this about Cerasani. He's like, it seems like he made it through, hard work and good business sense, and now he's gonna piss it all away.
It's crazy. Rune Goon with 35 Australian dollars. Thank you very much. Says finally caught the show live to buy a jingle. Take my shekels, you couple of shoolies. Also, Mike, everyone is wondering how can you tell when you're done wiping? Very good, Rune Goon. Well, you will get a jingle, my friend.
I think you found a better person to ask than me.
Yes. Oh, we should check his TikTok. I guarantee there's a video on there about that.
Hey, that's not a face cloth. That's used toilet paper.
What?
Oh, no.
It felt like a face cloth. I didn't even smell it. There was shit on it because I'm blind. How could I know? No sense of taste, no sense of smell.
Fucking assholes.
So stupid. JTE0707, $5. This is good tortilla soup, bro. How much I owe you? Rock O or B 2002 $5. Karl, was Rivers Cuomo surrounded by Asian women? I hear it's a thing for the wafu. He was walking around the boat with his Japanese wife. Yes.
Interesting.
Those half Japanese girls do it to me every time. Rocco Orb 2002 $2. Mike, don't let it's a lyric from El Scorcho,
Right.
a Weezer song off their second album Pinkerton. Rocco Orb 2002 $2. Mike, don't let this guy take your blind valor. Yeah, seriously, Mike, you got to stand up for everyone.
I'm doing my best here. I'm trying to fight back for the little guy.
Super chat now. Carl's gonna read a super chat. Super chat. Oh, come on now. Mike would do it, but he can't. Hey!
Hulkamania gifted 5. Who are these podcast memberships? Thank you very much, Hulkamania. This guy has been on fire. I haven't seen him in a few days, but he's back, and I'm happy to receive these gifted memberships. Everyone who's in the chat, turn on accept gift memberships, go in your settings so that you can also get the bonus episodes and watch WATP live on Wednesdays and Saturdays. Thank you very much for that. All right. We haven't talked about my girl Balin in a minute. And I wanted to give everyone an update on what Balin is up to. So this is a video she put out just a couple hours ago where you ever go to Chipotle and get like a burrito bowl?
Sure.
I love them. I think they're great.
Okay.
You know, it's you got the rice, you get the beans, and you get your protein and all your toppings and everything.
Yeah.
Balin is ticking a lot, and she's shoving her face in her burrito bowl.
Okay.
She can't stop herself. Wow. And then she's going sideways into it, shoving her cheek in there.
Wow. Thank God the camera's out. It would be
I know.
embarrassing if she didn't capture this.
Go figure. All right. So this is just a recent video that I thought was fun.
TikTok made me buy this shirt. Okay. What's up, brother? No Chick-fil-A sauce? Ooh, I'll take Polynesian, please. Penis! Tippy tippy top, that wiener tap, the rotisserie chicken. Born to clap cheeks. Born to yap. Born to anal. Born to penis. I have a penis. And your mom has a penis. Surprise! Mother effer. Woo! She got big old titties. Anyways, if you guys are a born to yapper, if you're a yapper, okay, constant, all day, every day, this shirt represents me, and it probably represents you too. So, yeah! Yeah! You know what represents you? Your penis. It's the size of a pea.
Whoa.
Ooh.
It's fucked up, Balin.
She would be great at what's the genre of porn? Like
Yeah, you got me. What?
Humiliation, whatever the fuck.
Oh, okay, yeah,
Like you're
yeah.
a sub or something like that. Like
Yeah,
that would be
yeah.
that would be a very interesting genre where she's not only insulting you but adding in her little ticks. Is she
Right.
cursing again? By the way, titties is borderline.
No, she's not. She's still not cursing, but it's getting
Titties
fun
is-
again.
yeah.
I will say it's getting fun again.
Good.
Some of these ticks that she has.
I maybe we pointed this out early on, but can you imagine what a delight it would be if you're working at Chick-fil-A and
Yeah.
Balin Dupri walks in and you have zero context for who this is or anything. She just walks in and says Polynesian, tap that wiener, rotisserie chicken, all this shit, and then just moves on with her day. Like that's a story for a couple weeks at least. you
Well,
know?
but the problem is you punch in a lot of things wrong into the register. You're like, okay, and then a rotisserie chicken. Like, no, that's just a tick that I have. You want me to tap it 3 times? Like, no, I'm sorry. It's actually there's a video I was watching when I was checking out her channel where she's at like a Starbucks ordering coffee, and I will say the barista looked annoyed. It's not as fun as you think it is.
Oh,
Mike.
all right. Maybe
He's
I'm-
like, oh
maybe I'm
Jesus, can you spit it out?
If you have a
Christ.
slow day, I guess maybe.
Yeah,
is the better.
sure. Yeah, if there's a line, you're like, come on, let's
Yeah.
figure this out.
Your face looks like a ball sack. Ball sack. No Chick-fil-A sauce? Oof. Anyways, guys, if you yap, just buy a shirt that says that you're born to yap.
I like that she segues her ticks with anyways. You know what I mean? Your face is like a ball sack. Anyways, what I was saying was like, how is that a tick? That's weird.
Does she actually have Born to Yap shirts? Because I will absolutely buy one.
Well, it's weird. She's wearing this sweater that says Born to Yap, but she has mirror mode on, so it's backwards. I don't know if she's selling them. There's no link in the description or anything like that.
She should absolutely be putting out merch. You name it, I
Yeah.
fucking could be the greatest t-shirt
Oh
of
my
all
God.
time.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, what did she say in this one? Your mom has a big penis? That's a pretty good one, too.
Yeah.
Because you are. So then, buy a shirt that says I have a penis. Ooh, I have a 9-inch penis. Anyways, guys, if you're a yapper, get a shirt that says you're born to yap because you are.
Beautiful.
Oh,
Well
I
done.
missed her.
Well done, Balin. I thought you'd be excited to hear her again. Now, as I mentioned before, Drew Lane from the Drew Lane Show in Detroit loves woke dad Daniel Alexander.
Yes.
The shoe fits on TikTok. And so the last couple times I go on his show every other week, the last couple times I brought some TikTok videos, and the people in Detroit are falling in love just like you and I did.
Yes.
And so I wanted to play some recent TikToks that I found when I was prepping for Drew and Mike this week. So these are ones that I watched with those guys.
This is exciting.
But I thought maybe I'd get your reaction as well.
All right.
Now, in this video, he's talking about Ithaca. Ithaca, New York is a college town.
Mhm.
All right. So that's why he's surprised by what he saw there.
Oh, boy.
I was just in Ithaca, New York at the farmer's market. And if you know anything about Ithaca, New York, then somebody there with...
He's really hamming it up, too. You hear the acting is at 100%.
This new, he did it last week when we talked about him too. This new
Yep.
thing he did. you guys just caught me having a great time. I can't believe what I just saw.
Right. Who turns on their TikTok and they're already mid-lap? All right, turn it on. Guys, holy shit. You can't believe this.
It's what I say about people crying. And even I got shit for, we played a video of Brendan Schaub crying, and he talked about his kid being sick. And I pointed out at the time, remember, he turned on the camera.
Yes.
So, and I was proven right in that situation, as
Of
I am
course.
here, that this man is an asshole.
This man is an asshole. He's acting. He's lying all of the time, and he should really go fuck himself.
I was just in Ithaca, New York at the farmer's market. And if you know anything about Ithaca, New York, then somebody there with truck balls on their pickup truck might seem odd to you. But it reminded me of something that I really wanted to point out to the rest of you.
Okay, so you're familiar with truck nuts, right?
Sure.
This is a, I think I saw them in the 80s. I mean, this is
I was going to say a very common problem to this day.
Yeah, I mean, this is, everyone's over it. It's not really all that popular anymore. We've all seen it. There was actually a
It's in
consequence.
Wyatt Carum's act, I think.
Yeah, there was actually a consequence on the creep off that we had to get truck nuts and put them on our vehicles because they're so stupid and lame.
Right.
It's embarrassing. But okay, let's see what he has to say about it.
If you're somebody who feels it necessary to put balls on your truck, says a lot about you, and there's an understanding we both need to get through to each other. Your truck's now transgender because it wasn't born with balls. Ford didn't intend for it to have balls. Wasn't how it was intended to be built.
Wow.
Do with that what you will, and have a great day.
Oh my God, he's got the delivery of Kevin Hart on the Tom Brady roast. It's like, no, you made your point. Why are you repeating it over and over again? We get it. It's a transgender truck.
I respect you as a co-host here, but I'd like you to give me a few seconds to mull that over. It was very deep, and I'm not really ready to react to it. So if you could.
Are there transgender people who get balls put on them? I don't even know if that's a thing. I can't imagine. I don't know how that works, honestly.
I love that he thinks he's like being deep and wise when he's making the most idiotic point.
The dumbest thing ever.
Sure, yes, the guy that puts nuts on his truck is an asshole. But
Correct.
he's not like, my truck is a boy and not a girl. Like, I don't know. It's such a silly debate. Like, it's not either. It's not, the truck isn't trans. It's an object. It's not a person.
Wendy, get in here. The guy on TikTok just said my truck is a trans. Get in. I'm pissed. Get in here.
Not in my neighborhood.
He thinks that's a sick burn. You're like, you thought you were all masculine. Turns out you got a trans truck. Like, fuck. Got me
It's
again.
also- there's a little bit of stuttering John there where it's like, so it's bad if the truck is trans then, right? Is that what you're saying?
Good point. Right.
know?
You're just like, yeah, sure. Okay. Right. It didn't come with nuts. I gave it nuts. It's better now. Okay. What do you want from me?
Yeah.
All right. You ready for a made up story that didn't happen?
I'd love one.
Oh, I know you do.
2 years ago today, I watched a mom leave her infant in her car. Man, I wouldn't have even thought about it, but it popped up as one of those on this day posts. And now that I think about it, I can't get it out of my head.
It came up as one of those on this day posts. So in other words, he took a photo or a video of this and posted it to social media?
That's right. Years ago on that day.
Oh, boy.
It was like it's happening right now, honestly.
Oh, my God. This guy has PTSD over this event. You would think he was in Afghanistan the way he's talking.
Just out of the dentist office, sitting in the parking lot, getting ready to drive off, and this mom pulled up. She pulled right into the handicapped parking spot, ran inside, left the car running, and the doors unlocked with the infant in the back seat. And I stood there as a dad. I couldn't leave that child as an average everyday
Mike,
I gotta say, I'm in stunned disbelief because I was ready to make fun of it, but I was certain we were going to be talking about him getting assaulted based on the tone of his voice.
Weird.
Like, absolutely. I thought, like, he gets
Oh.
robbed or something awful happens.
You know what? I didn't even think about that. You're right. The way that he sets this up is just like, and I'm still reeling from this thing that happened. And it turns out he was a hero. It's like,
I was
what do you mean?
I was ready to make fun of it, but I thought for sure he was an actual victim in this scenario.
That's hilarious.
Just decent human being. I could not.
I also like that he goes, there's an infant in a car. And as a father, I think that's a bad thing. Like, okay, well, like, what if you weren't a father? Would you also still think that's probably not a good idea to leave
Hey, kid, nice. Keep up the good work.
Yeah.
Average, everyday, just decent human being. I could not leave that child alone in the car with the car running. And I remember her response as she came out. She was super offended that I was standing there with the infant. She was mad.
She was annoyed with you.
Yeah, reasonable.
Screaming at me. I know as a cis straight white man, I'm probably a little threatening to somebody like her. She was probably a little threatened, but maybe...
You're not threatening to anyone, ever. Stop it with that.
You don't understand. All white men are bad, except
I
for
know.
him. So it's tough for people to decipher. Like, oh, that's Daniel Alexander. That's the one good one. Sorry.
That's the good one. I forgot. My bad.
Just maybe that would be one of so many reasons that she should have never left that infant in that car. Because you don't know who's out there and you don't know if they're safe. And the car was running. If I can stress anything, our children mean everything. Our children are the most precious asset we have on this earth.
Do you think if you interviewed this mother that he's talking about, that she'd be like, I don't think kids are all that great. Who cares?
Well,
If you lose one, you pop a few more out. You make up for it. Not a big deal.
That young man grew up to be Josh Duggar. So.
Yeah, good point.
Convenience
Jesus
doesn't
Christ.
mean a damn thing
He's such an asshole.
when it comes to their safety. They are our only priority.
What a prick.
Wow. It's powerful stuff.
Powerful stuff. Guys, I don't know if you ever heard this concept, but I believe the children are the future.
It's wild that he's like, well, I mean, it's pretending, it's performative,
Yes,
as you
correct.
said.
Yeah.
Where it's like but just let's live in that world for a second. If that event happened to me, where some lady ran in, I'd tell my friends later, and maybe even stay to make sure nothing happened to the kid. If you're a good Samaritan, sure, that's
Sure.
great. But like, I'd say to my friends later, like, you can't believe this fucking idiot lady left her kid in the car. It's the last time I ever think about it. I don't have an anniversary for it where I'm like, guys, let's all reconvene and sob over the lady that was once kind of irresponsible.
Also, I'm not even sure what the point is because, okay, so there's a toddler in the car and she left the car running, so the AC's on or the heat's on or whatever it needs to be. You know, it's not like the windows are rolled up on a 90-degree day and there's a child stuck in a car seat or something like that. So this woman just ran into the store real quick and then came back out. And I guess his thought is that someone wants to steal that car with a baby in it. I got to tell you something about stealing cars. The ones with toddlers in them, not as desirable. Less desirable than the other cars.
Well, also, like, maybe she lives in a town, which it seems like they do. Like, I grew up in a town, you could probably, it's not the most responsible thing, but I'm sure my mom left me in the car or like ran in real quick if you kind of know where you are. Honestly, it seems like in this parking lot, the only person she had to be worried about was you.
Correct. Yeah.
You're the danger.
He's from a small town. He lives in an area that's very safe. So yeah, it's that whole thing's ridiculous. All right, I have one more. This is a fast one, a short one, but it's fun.
I was just sitting here hemming my stepdaughter's prom dress.
All right, so he's sitting in front of a sewing machine, and he's showing off this prom dress that he's hemming.
I was just sitting here hemming my stepdaughter's prom dress. I think I did a pretty good job, honestly. But tonight's prom, it didn't quite fit, and I was sort of thinking, wow, wouldn't it be nice if all men were able to do stuff like this? Didn't have to worry about how things might question their masculinity. Wouldn't it be nice if men were a little less insecure?
I mean, men also don't sweep their chimneys anymore, you know?
Well, this is so ridiculous. Like, he's bragging that he knows how to use a sewing machine. The reason why I don't know how to use a sewing machine isn't because I'm worried about my masculinity being checked on that. I just don't have any desire to know how to sew shit.
Right. There's some things you know how to do. Also, like, I'm a guy, but if my girlfriend has car trouble, she's going to a mechanic. You know? I'm sorry.
Yes.
I'm useless in that situation. Does that make me less of a man? I don't get it.
Our garage door broke earlier this week, and the guys came over, and the guy goes, my wife was dealing with it. He goes, why would you talk to your husband? She's like, he's not going to be able to help anything. He doesn't fucking, that's why we called you. We don't know what the fuck to do.
Yeah, society is useless now in general. We don't know how to do anything, not just hem dresses, Daniel, you dick.
It's so preposterous that, so because he has a skill, all men should have that same skill or else he looks down upon them. It's like, you do realize that there's also men who develop smartphones and software for TikTok and video technology so that you can make these shitty videos and reach all these assholes on a platform. Like, that's also an important thing, right? Not just sewing dresses. I don't know.
And at what stage in life is a guy supposed to be like, hey, do you want to learn dress hemming today? No, not really. Are you sure? One day your son might decide to start wearing dresses.
Right.
You know what? In that case, I better learn.
Well, yes. In that case, let's all pray that doesn't happen. But in case it does, yeah.
I never thought of it that way.
Yay, super chats.
My sister-in-law, Christina Marie, coming in, member for 1 month. You were born to yap, Karl. Karl, the shit I was. Thank you for allowing me to do my Lisa Boswell impression. Oh my gosh, I'm annoying the hell out of my wife with it. I can't stop doing my Lisa Boswell.
Even at the height of Balin Dupri, I don't know if I've ever seen you this smitten.
I like cheese.
You see what I mean?
I can't digest it though. Can you believe that? I like pizza.
All right.
I love Lisa.
I'm going to indulge this.
Come on, Lisa Boswell is a treasure. Kyle Lakey, $10 says, my new goal is getting far leftists to say on their pods that cis, hate the YouTube filters, white men all need to go to Greenland. The second goal is getting them to lead the way. Wow, that's some goal there, Kyle. Madam Priest, $5 says, hey, Karl, have you ever met Stuttering John in person? If so, is it true he really has BO? Also, Blind Mike, the Quincy watch-alongs with Craig are hilarious.
Oh, thank you. You're one of the few. You're one of the few Clug maniacs out there.
Nice. Very good. I have never met John in person. I've talked to him on the phone a couple times. But no, I don't know what he smells like. I know his feet reek. He's mentioned that many times. He's brought that up. That's not me saying that. That's John.
Sure.
All right. I have one more TikToker to show you, Mike. And this is coming from my buddy Drew Lane. Turned me on to this. They were playing this on the Drew Lane show. Hardrocknick. I don't know what to make of this guy. We have a lot to explore and discover.
I'm excited because I saw this was the title of the show, and I've never heard of this person. So
I
I'm
know.
very intrigued.
I thought we need to bring Hardrocknick to WATS. Let's do it.
What's up, guys? It's Hardrocknick, one of the richest men in the world. I'm here in this beautiful car wash. I don't want to shout them out because, I'm so famous. If I promote where I'm at, they're going to go viral or something like that, and then I won't make the money that I'm entitled to. So anyway, I'm here, obviously, in the Sunshine State, as you can see from the beautiful day. It's December, 7th or something. And I'm getting my brand new Mercedes-Benz car washed, and I wanted to check in with everyone and wish everyone Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy New Year, and hope everyone is well around the world, around the country, around the state of Florida. And as you can see, we're getting a nice little shower here. Sorry for the background noise. That's my wonderfully intelligent Mercedes-Benz telling me there's something wrong. Because it doesn't like the intrusion of water and robots that are now giving us a bath.
All right, I'm going to pause it right here. First off,
that can't be why that's happening.
I was just going to say, and I'm not saying this to be braggadocious. I've owned a couple of Mercedes-Benz in my life. Never one of them has started making annoying noises when it's raining out. We're getting wet. Karl, bring us back to the garage immediately. It's wet out here. Doesn't make any sense.
I don't understand. Has he misdiagnosed the problem, or does he think this is a benefit of the vehicle?
I know. Could you imagine? He's just like, oh, this is great that my car screams at me when we're getting a car wash.
Perfect.
This is fantastic. So he's wearing this necklace. It's tons of diamonds, and it says Hardrocknick on it. It's huge.
Sweet.
He's got some crazy eyebrows. He's got eyelashes that he's got popping. Very stylish gentleman. Great facial hair. I know that Helga thinks you're hot. I assume that she would think this guy's hot as well. He's got a lot of style.
Sure.
So this is because there's a lot of miserable, insecure losers on YouTube in the comments. This is a 2023 Mercedes-Benz S as in Sally 580. That's a 580, and it is a 4MATIC. Since some of you will never even drive a car like this, that means there's power to all four corners of the car.
Wait, hold on a second. Is this Tom Segura's new special? This is actually pretty good stuff.
It's a four-wheel drive. It is also fully loaded. That means it has the AMG package, it has the night package, it has all kinds of things that some of you can only dream about. And since people like to get into my finances, which is fine by me, because I'm going to eventually show everyone my tax returns and all my real estate and all my bank accounts, this car is not leased, this car is not financed, this car is paid in full, okay? That means I'm the owner. That means that there's no lien holder, since some of you can't comprehend the type of wealth that I have. This is a brand new 2023 car, and I own it.
Great
Well,
video.
You've done the impossible. I respect John Cerasani now.
I have to tell you, you're probably wondering, why would you pick a video from, Christmas time or December or whatever? That's the one he has pinned on his TikTok. That's the one he wants you to watch first to get a sense of his essence, I guess.
Nick claps back at his haters.
Comments are turned off, and it says under the description, 2.1 billion in liquid cash and no debt.
Well, that can't be right.
Is what he's claiming.
Yeah, I mean, that's just not, we would know that, right?
I don't know. I trust Hard Rock Nick. You don't trust Hard Rock Nick?
I don't know how many billionaires are going by Hard Rock Nick.
I don't know either, but here's one. Here's one of them. All right, one more really quick video. The editing on this probably could have been better, I would imagine.
Thank you so much. As you can see, it's Hard Rock Nick, one of the richest men in the world, here in my brand new Mercedes-Benz S-Class with over $12 million of diamonds adorning my neck. Nice little 100.
Okay, that just cuts off there.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, it's pretty abrupt ending to that one. But
I take back what I said. That video pushed me over the edge. John Cerasani looks like a pussy. Like, if you're going to exaggerate things, you got to say, I'm Hard Rock Nick, and I'm one of the richest men on the planet. That's
Yes.
great. If you're going to lie, go all the fucking way, brother.
why not? Yeah, go along with it.
I love it.
There's also on his TikTok, and I could look into this a little bit more. On his TikTok, he was at a radio show in 2019.
Wow.
And the guy goes, says you have $75 million in cash? He goes, yep, that's true. He goes, oh, you're not exaggerating or something? He goes, if I was exaggerating, I would add a zero to that. Okay. Sounds good.
And then he did. He achieved that goal.
And let me point this out real quick. Right, yeah, he's just like, maybe I should exaggerate more. And let me just point out real quick that, like, when John Cerasani has the giant stack of cash, he's pretending it's a cell phone. Yeah. Or when this guy says he's got $75 million in cash laying around, this is not a good use of money because of inflation. You want to invest money into things that will make you more money. Just having cash and money around is actually the wrong way to use money.
But the fountain and the Mercedes that beeps, that's what you want to invest in.
That's true, yes. Now, the only reason why I know that is because I've been reading the Financial Feminist book.
Oh, okay. So you've learned a lot. That's good.
I know a lot about this.
Impressive.
Mike, I have to say real quick, I got a note from someone. I don't want anyone to be upset with me.
Oh, no.
So remember how we found the new queer woke dad guy from Buffalo?
Damn it. You're going to tell me it's fake.
No, it's not fake.
Oh, all right.
No, but I credited David Evans with that. And Dave from Buffalo is the one who said he sent that in to me first.
Oh, Karl.
So sorry, Dave from Buffalo. We'll give you credit on that.
I'm sorry,
all caps, too. All caps on that one. All right. I got a couple of voicemails for us. Let's see what the people are saying.
All right.
Hey, this is that black guy that Daniel Alexander rudely interrupted the conversation of.
Yeah.
That wasn't some white guy talking about heritage. That was my baby mama asking for her bitch child support. And I didn't give him a high five. I sacked him and told him to mind his own fucking business.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, it's amazing the reach the show has now that we're actually hearing from the people that Daniel Alexander is.
Not only does Daniel Alexander listen, but the people in his stories do now as well.
Yes, I love that. It's fantastic. All right. One more voicemail for us.
Hi, Karl and Mike. This is for Who Are These Socials? I just have to say, I've had the phrase, getting paid to shit, getting paid to life. It's the best 45 minutes of my fucking life stuck in my head for the past 2 days. It's now Saturday. I sat in a class all day, and the whole time the teachers are talking, all I can hear is, getting paid to shit, getting paid to life, the best 45 minutes of my fucking life. Go fuck yourselves.
You're welcome for that.
Yeah, similarly, I glued my balls to my asshole or whatever. You can tell it's not clearly stuck in my head, but a little bit. I kind of bob my head to it once in a while.
Sure, for the first week or two, that was definitely bouncing around.
Yeah.
I have a weird thing. I've been talking about it, so I know I'm going to annoy you, but a lot of people get songs stuck in their head and they got to get them out. My internal dialogue is all Lisa Boswell now.
Oh, God.
Oh, forgot to send the link to Blind Mike. Better send him the StreamYard link. That's why he's not here, Can you believe that?
I'll add that when I'm sitting with my email open, thinking, I wonder what Karl's doing right now. I'll add that to the imagery.
Yes. He's thinking like Lisa Boswell talks at all times. You know what else I think? I think people should go to blindmike.net.
Oh, you're a sweetheart. Yes, thank you. We are live Sunday at 10 a.m. with, this is big news. Some people might get annoyed, but other people will love it. Hack Ride filling in for Craig. So
that's always a treat.
Very exciting. So tune in Sunday at 10 a.m. Why are you laughing? We just broke down Chris Rock's Bring the Pain. We're doing SNL Weekend Update next. That's on Patreon now. So go check those out. All the links are at blindmike.net. If you're watching on YouTube right now, go over to Blind Mike Project channel and subscribe. Tap the notification bell. Like all our videos, all that good stuff. And we're also wherever else you get podcasts. And on blindmike.net, you can also find the audio feed. If you usually watch the YouTube, but you want to check out the audio, the links for that are there as well. And I'll be on Point Dabble Point tomorrow, which I think you can find somewhere.
The WATP channel on YouTube, the one that you're watching right now. If you're not watching right now, you should have been. But yes, you will be on Point Dabble Point. And I'm excited to say we have the great Dave Serra joining us. Dave Serra, who was at John's big 10-year anniversary Tonight Show event on Tuesday night.
Karl said to me before the show, I asked what was going on tomorrow, and he goes, we've actually got kind of a big get. And I was like, oh shit, like is Kumia coming on? Or
Jay Leno's coming on, yeah. Kevin Eubanks.
Dave Serra.
I'm way too excited about this, but it's going to be a good show. It should be fun. This is actually just a chat, not a super chat. Kevin Eric Snell says,
Karl's impression doesn't work because you need long pauses between the bursts.
Thank you, Kevin. That's
good
feedback.
To get notes like that's good feedback.
It is good feedback. It's hard though because Mike's such a sniper. I
almost did it. I
know.
There. Yeah.
I can't give you too much space because you're gonna snipe on me.
I know.
Yay, super chats.
Hulkamania with another 5 gifted memberships. Can't thank you enough, Hulkamania.
This guy's crazy.
Our memberships have been blowing up on YouTube, and I do appreciate that quite a bit. It was one of those things I was just like Patreon. I was reluctant to get in on that, and it's a lot of people are signing up on YouTube these days, so that works out well. And of course, you can go to patreon.com/whoarethespodcasts to support the show and get bonus episodes too every single month, plus the mini bonus episodes. Every time I do stuff with the Drew Lane show, I pop that on there. So you get to check those. I mean, this last one we did over an hour. We talked about Woke Dad. We talked about a lot of things that is fun for me. You know what I do when I go on shows, Mike? I talk about things that are fun for me. That crazy?
Nice. That'd be great. That'd be great if Drew never wanted to talk about these things. Like, Jesus, this fucking guy's on again.
No, I was so excited because I was messaging with Drew before the show. We were talking about what show I was going to bring. And I ended up bringing in the Amy and TJ show, which is Amy Robach and TJ Holmes got fired for having an affair from Good Morning America. And then they came back. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Their podcast is ridiculous. They take zero responsibility. And they did a whole show about how the person who fired them just had to step down. So they do this whole fucking victory lap around that while pretending not to have a victory lap. It's crazy.
So you kind of do a third Who Are These Podcasts on the Drew Lane show.
Correct. Yeah, it's a totally unique content. I go on there, we do a whole thing, and it's up on our Patreon and Supercast. But I was so excited because I said, Drew, I heard you guys talking about that reality show on your show, because him and Brandon, the producer, both listen to WATP regularly. And they were both
Brandon.
Yeah, of course. And they were both commenting on that reality show, Helga and Lisa. And I said, well, I have to introduce these people to the Detroit audience. So they let me bring a couple clips on for that, which was very exciting. Anyway, the point is, I'm in love. I found my people. The point is this, hackamania.com. Come see us in Las Vegas. We just added Dick Masterson and Vito Gesualdi, the biggest problem in the universe, of the lineup. We got a star-studded, stellar lineup, May 31st through June 2nd. Get your tickets at hackamania.com. Promo code WATP. Get 20% off those tickets. All right, Mike. I think we've covered it.
Let's hit the fucking road.
Let's get out of here.
Anyway, social media, I'll catch you later, man.
Who are these socials?
That's what this audience wants to hear. They're like, whoa!
Who are these socials?
I'm the one who should apologize. Folks, what you were about to see is real.
With Karl.
Okay, we got it.
And Blind Mike.
Who could have thought of that?